Hello, my name is Abilash Nivedhan, and today I'll be talking about the influence of emotion-oriented extrinsic visual and auditory cues on coffee perception, a virtual reality experiment. In this study, we wanted to investigate the effects of extrinsic cues on the taste perception of cold brew coffee. There are a lot of research previously exploring these ideas about extrinsic cues and how they affect taste perception in beverages and food. So basically, extrinsic cues are just environmental factors or factors which do not involve the food product itself. So it can be the color, environmental color, the background music, the packaging, maybe the texture of the packaging, the emotional state also could be an extrinsic factor. So in this experiment, we wanted to use color and background music as the extrinsic factors and how these affect the taste of cold brew coffee. Basically, there are two pathways that extrinsic cues can affect the taste perception. One is through direct link in the brain. So extrinsic factor can have a direct link in the brain, and that can change the way we perceive taste. Or in this experiment, we use the second pathway. The second pathway is where the extrinsic cues produces an emotional state, and that emotional state can alter the taste perception. So in this, we used virtual reality as a tool to recreate these environments and modulate these environments according to our needs. And we used the HTC Vive Pro. And you can see here, this was the basic setup. And we used a tracker on the mug to have seamless integration between real life and virtual life. So when they moved the coffee mug in the real world, it also moved in the virtual world to give it a complete immersion. We used only one sample of coffee in the main study to know how only the extrinsic cues can produce a change in the taste. We chose color and music through a pre-study in which we recorded the emotional states for each color and music. And we chose one hemisphere of the emotional circle, that is the valence and arousal. So we chose positive valence and negative valence with only negative arousal. As you can see, this was a basic design which we could see through the virtual reality glasses headsets. We had two positive colors and two negative colors, and one positive music and one negative music. And we could change it was a full factorial study, so it was 8 different conditions. So we changed the color and music in each environment. We had some pretty good results in which liking, we asked 3 main questions: the liking, the sweetness, and the bitterness of the coffee samples while in different environments. And while we used single factors, that is color and music alone, we could see that the valence played a big role. And the valence of color, so positive color had a more liking than positive music, and negative color and negative music. So here you could see the positive color had more liking, but there was no change in taste. So there was no change in bitterness or sweetness. And that's an interesting fact, as there was no change in any taste, but then there was change in acceptability or liking. When we use color and music together, we could see that the positive color and music produced a higher liking than all the other environments combined. This can be maybe because of 2 positive cues acting, and maybe each positive cue complemented itself. And you could see that music, positive music, always had a more sweet taste. This can be because there are sweet and bitter music, as we've seen in previous researches. And this is what the main study was. And you could see me explain more in detail on 25th of October. And I'll be explaining the whole study with more in detail about methodology